Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Walking Strong with Bill Armstrong. I'm Billy Embody.
I'm Bill Armstrong.
SMU got a 69-0 win over Prairie View A&M
Wow.
last week.
Wow.
Tons to touch on there.
Oh, my God. Can you believe that? First of all, 69 points. A shutout. When was the last shutout?
2012.
No.
Yes.
Okay. So our defense is legit. And I also got to see the Prairie View band,
Yes.
which was spectacular.
Worth the price of admission, without a doubt.
You could have come for halftime and got your money's worth.
Yeah.
It was amazing. But back to football. We were so good. And, I mean, let's go down the list. I mean, Kamar looked really good. Tyler came in and busted some heads. It was really cool. Obviously, Preston kicked ass. Kevin came off the bench and three completions, 2 touchdowns out of 3 attempts.
Those were some really nice balls. The one on the sidelines was Joey Bruiser, the walk-on. I thought it was going to knock him out of bounds and have that much pop on it. But a heck of a catch, and he got it in.
Oh, it was great. I think his quarterback rating was like 500 or something. It was amazing. And we just looked good all the way around. We needed that. We needed that offensively to really like kind of get the cobwebs out, the rust off. I think we're gonna be going into TCU, feeling good.
Let's talk about that. We're drinking Ingenuity from Epoch Wines. We did grab a trash can as a stand, which is
ingenious.
Ingenious.
So we're sitting here right now. We're on Ford Field, and behind us you can see the new Gary Weber end zone project. Amazing. So listen, you guys all know about our Pony Express case that we asked everybody to buy. This week we're drinking Ingenuity, which is a phenomenal wine. It's made with predominantly Petite Sirah. There's nothing petite about Petite Sirah.
Yeah.
So this is a big red wine. It's like 55% Petite Sirah with some Mourvedre and some Grenache and some Syrah. And it's a fabulous blend. We called it originally Ingenuity because it was ingenious how we use all these different grapes. It's a rare blend. You don't see this very often, so that's how we called it Ingenuity. But I picked it specifically for this week because I have a lot of ingenious. Let's face it. All right, let me back up. Everybody always asks me. Oh, by the way, here. Cheers. By the way, everybody always asks me about my relationship with Sonny Dykes, and it's solid. I mean, let's be real. I was a huge fanboy of Sonny Dykes when he was here. I mean, we would meet up and we would braid each other's hair, and we would gab about gab about American Idol. I mean, we were close. And Kate was close with my wife, and let's face it. The breakup was tough on me. It was. But here's the ingenious part. This end zone complex idea was started by Sonny Dykes. In fact, Sonny Dykes, his right-hand man, Anthony Crispino, Rick Hart, Kurt Pockcutter, my wife and I got on our jet, and we flew around the country to look at all the best new end zone projects. We went to Arizona State. We went to Illinois, Missouri, Oklahoma. We later went to La Tech, and then also TCU because they have these great end zones. Sonny broke up with us, and everybody was so pissed that's how we raised the money for the end zone complex. So that was ingenious of Sonny to allow that. Another thing, it was ingenious of TCU to steal Sonny Dykes from us. So there's your ingenuity at work, right? So anyway, my relationship with Sonny is still solid. We text occasionally. I mean, we're not like ultra friendly like the way we used to be. But, and by the way, we are now in the ACC. We have it on really good authority that it was TCU that kept us out of the Big 12. So I want to thank Sonny Dykes because you are as responsible as anybody to get us into the ACC. Ingenious.
And he really kickstarted the NIL program as well.
Yes, he did. So it's easy for us to dog Sonny. hey, everybody talk smack, talk a little shit. I like him. He's a great coach. He took him to the national championship last year, so you got to give him credit. Good.
A tall task at hand for SMU. Obviously, TCU did lose to Colorado week 1. Kind of a surprise. Deion Sanders got things going there.
Coach Prime.
Coach Prime got things going.
Got a little bit of cork in my glass.
In Boulder. It makes you tougher, right?
Oh, yeah.
And this TCU team, they went down to Houston. They didn't look ahead. They got a win.
Yep.
Defense hasn't allowed a touchdown in 8 quarters now.
Yeah, that's amazing.
This is going to be, I think, one of the better. I mean, and we've seen some good ones lately, but this one, once again, has a lot of spice to it.
Oh, it could be fantastic. I mean, let's. If we play like we did against Oklahoma, it's going to be a really good game. And I have no reason to believe why we won't. So, and by the way, you saw what OU did against Tulsa. The fact that they put up 66 against Tulsa, it tells you how good our defense was. You know, because effectively against us, they put up 14, except for that mop-up score at the end. So I think it's really going to be an interesting game, I think, from Preston Stone's perspective, because the defense is good. Their defense is awkward. It's different.
Yes.
It was the old Tulsa coach, right?
Joe Gillespie.
Yeah, so he has that kind of unique defense, which is you don't see every week. It's like a little bit like playing Navy, you know, how they run the sweep, you know. So we have to get ready for that. But Preston has done such a great job of moving the ball around. I mean, how many guys caught a ball? 12 guys last week?
3 straight games with 10-plus guys catching football.
Has that ever been done in SMU history? I mean, that's amazing.
I'd have to go back.
I mean, you know, back in the day, you know, you would just say, you know, where's Rasheed? Yeah. You know, where's James Prochet? Yeah. You know, where's Cortland Sutton? But now he's just looking around and anybody can get it at any time. It was great to see Jordan play so well. Yeah. Both Jordans. So that was huge for us last week. I don't know. I'm super optimistic about Saturday. It'll be, I think, our second biggest test of the season. I think OU being the biggest test. Our 2 biggest tests are on the road. So it'll be fun.
There's something about having that experience now at Oklahoma in that big game environment for not only Preston, but a lot of these guys who are coming together as transfers and this and that. You know, going over to Fort Worth, it's going to be a hostile environment once again, and there's a lot of hate in this one. I think SMU may be learning some lessons.
A lot of hate. Why, the fact that TCU doesn't want to play us anymore? Is there any reason I hate that? Stealing our coach?
Last year, I think that hate spilled over into the bad start.
I agree.
This year, I think maybe they're able to channel it a better way and learned a little bit.
No, I agree. And plus, we're just a lot better team. Yeah. We're just a lot better team this year than we were last year. And I think they're a lesser team than they were last year. I mean, they had, 8 guys go to the NFL off that team. So, you know, this will be a great game. It's always fun to have the Iron Skillet game, even though there's only 3 left, I guess. It's this year, next year, and the year after. Then we're done with that. Hopefully they will think twice about eliminating the Iron Skillet, especially now that we're in a better conference in the Big 12. So
top 3, I believe, is
top 3 conferences.
And, David Miller.
Pretty much anybody who has a brain. Yeah. I'm not saying that Big 12's bad, because we obviously would have loved to have been in the Big 12. Yeah. Just like we would have loved to have kept Sonny Dykes. Yeah. So the idea that, you know, that there's all this ill will, there's not. We got red because of what happened. Ingenious. So that's the reason we're pouring Ingenuity this week. Y'all are going to love it. Get online, buy a Pony Express case, or just buy Ingenuity by the bottle and share it with us. If we lose, you need it. And if we win, we deserve it.
EpicWines.com/pony. I got to ask you, you got a prediction?
Yeah, I'll give a prediction. SMU by 7.
Okay, 7. TCU favored by 6. Usually the home team gets that 3. I think we're in for a classic. I do. I
think so too.
It's one of those moments for Rhett Lashley where he has a chance. You know, you look back at kicking the door down at Tulsa, kicking the door down to 77 points against Houston. This is maybe that next step for him.
I agree. So obviously it'll boil down to a few plays probably, just like OU did. And so far we've been pretty mistake-free this year, so it's been pretty good. So I'm excited about it. See you there at 11 a.m.?
Yeah,
bright and early.
Yeah, got to drink the rosé that day.
Oh, by the way, when you go, take a look at the Spirit Squad for TCU. They're called the Showgirls. They're amazing. They're better than the TCU football team. They're amazing. And we are now me and a former Dallas Cowboy cheerleader are redoing the Spirit Squad at SMU, and we're going to target becoming as good as the Showgirls. So if anybody notices how great our cheer squad is this year and how much better it's gotten, it's because of that.
Yeah.
So
Mary
Crow.
Doing great work. There.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
SMU alum, too.
SMU, ex-Theta, ex-Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, and she's now running our Spirit Squad. And we're going to have a better name than the Showgirls. It sounds like a Vegas strip club or something.
That sounds like something off 35 or whatever.
It does.
But this is TCU week. Got to have some fun with it.
Oh, yeah. I love TCU.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't get into SMU, you got to go somewhere, right? Yeah. TCU is a good school to go to.
Exactly. So this wraps up another edition of Walking Strong with Bill Armstrong here in what will be a nice little shadow from the Gary Weber end zone complex.
Yep. And by the way, thank you, Gary Weber, for this. Yeah. This is all because of Gary Weber. I mean, he put $50 million, the biggest donation, single donation into SMU athletics ever.
Let's keep it right there for one more second. $100 million, 7 days. Shout out you. Shout out a lot of other people. But what a run!
The only reason it wasn't 2 days is it took that many days for the checks to clear.
Hey, Tony Kornheiser, I don't know if you saw that on Pardon the Interruption, but he was giving SMU some mad love.
Oh, he was?
You would like some of his quips there. He said SMU is not a created school name like Central Florida or Florida Atlantic, so you got to use that one on some folks.
I never heard of that. I don't even know this guy, so I'll have to listen to him.
I'll send you it.
Okay,
so.
cool.
All right, with that, wrapping up another edition of Walking Strong with Bill Armstrong. Bill, thanks for the wine. Cheers to Ingenuity.
All right.
Cheers to the battle for the Iron Skillet.
Go ponies.
Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next time. Have a good one, everyone.
Okay.